In this video, we will see what is public key infrastructure and how the public key exchange works and the encryption works. First, we will see what is encryption. Say for example, you want to send a data between two different users, like a sender and a recipient. You send a data from a sender to a recipient through via any medium like mail, internet, or some letters. In case any hacker or any intrusion happens, he can easily retrieve your data from that medium and see what is your information. To avoid this, we have a concept called encryption. In encryption, there are two types of encryption: symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption is like when a sender sends some data to a recipient, he sends via a encrypted way using a private or a shared key. In the encryption format, say for example, you send some data with that key, it will become a different format. So when a hacker or a man in middle attack happens, the hacker will not be able to read your data. It will be in different format. That data can be retrieved back only using the private key. So in this method, when a sender sends some plain text data to the recipient, he uses a private key to encrypt that and sends that encrypted data via the medium, and the recipient uses that private key to decrypt it. So the main disadvantage in the symmetric encryption is like the same key is used for encryption and decryption, and that key should be sent via some medium. If the hacker gets hold of that key all, then he can easily able to decrypt it. Whereas in asymmetric encryption, this is more secure because there are two keys involved: the public key and the private key. When a sender sends a message or a data to recipient, he first encrypts the data with a public key, which is available in public. Say the public is the recipient public key. So he encrypts the data with the recipient public key and sends that encrypted data via medium, and it reaches the recipient. Now the recipient uses the private key of his own to decrypt it. In this case, the public key is available public in the medium, but the private key is totally secured and owned by the recipient. The recipient has to have that private key safely for all the decryption. So what is public key and a private key? Public key is openly distributed, whereas private key must be kept secret. Public key is used for encryption. Private key is used for decryption in case of asymmetric encryption, but encryption and decryption in case of symmetric encryption method. Public key authenticates the digital signature. The private key is inserted for the digital signature. The public key can be stored in digital format in the digital signatures, outgoing emails, files, executables, or browsers. Whereas the private key should be stored in authorized devices, and it should not be public facing, and it should be owned by the recipient alone. Now we will see the public key exchange in a simple format using a famous cartoon avatar. Say in this case, the Katara asks Aang to send some information about the attack. He has to send that information securely through some encrypted manner. So he sends that encrypted scroll using the Katara's public key coordinates, which is available to him, and the scroll is signed by the Ang public key coordinates for the signing method. Now, when Katara gets that information, she has to do two things. One has to confirm the scroll it is sent by the Ang, or it is uh, tampered by any intruders, and she has to have the private key to open that scroll. To authenticate, Katara now goes to Sokka, who is the close ally of Aang, to confirm the Aang public key. Now Sokka confirms the Aang public key, so Katara is able to authenticate the scroll. It is came from Aang and it is not tampered by any enemies or Azula. So when the confirmation is fine, Katara opens the scroll, uses her private key. Now Katara can open and read the scroll for the information. This is like a self-signed authorities and the self-signed certificates. Say for example, now Katara needs some information from Zuko, but she cannot trust him. So in this case, Zuko sends to Aang, who is the close friend of Katara, to trust him. So Zuko sends a request to Aang like a CSR, certified signing request, and Aang uses his private key information and provides a certificate which should be attached in the scroll like a seal in the scroll. Now when Katara asks for the information, Zuko would send a scroll which is sealed by Aang's public key coordinates. Again, Katara goes to Sokka to ask his confirmation whether it is signed by Aang. Now, when Sokka confirms it is Aang's public key, then Katara would send a new key with the Zuko public key across to Zuko. Then Zuko deciphers that new key with his private key and then establish a trust relationship with Katara to send the informations. In this scenario, Aang acts as the security authority. Before, when Katara and Aang wants to communicate, they can easily communicate because they have a trust relation. It's like a self-sign. But when Katara and Zuko wants to communicate, it is like a two different parties. They need a authorized certificate authority to trust and sign that certificates. So here Aang is like a certificate authority who helps to establish a trust relationship between Katara and Zuko. Now let this put into the real-time scenario. In my browser, I want to connect youtube.com. So I type connect youtube.com and send a request. Now the public DNS redirects that request to youtube.com. Then YouTube sends the certificate containing its public key to me, and which it is signed by Google CA. Now my browser trusts Google CA public key. All the major browsers supports the authorized CA public keys. So in this case, my Chrome browser trusts the Google CA, or it can be any other browser also. So it is verified that it is signed by the Google CA. Now I sent my browser sends a new secret session key encrypted with YouTube public key to the youtube.com. Then YouTube decrypts the new session key with its own private key. In this case, a new session is established between my browser and youtube.com. The systems can communicate securely using the new session key created. In the whole internet, the two systems only knows the keys which is newly created. So the session is secure now. If you note that if when the session is established and symmetric data exchange happens here. Let's go to the certificate authority. When youtube.com wants to connect to Google CA certificate, first they need to send a CSR request created with their web server key pair and sends that signing request to Google CA to authorize it. Now the Google CA signs the request with Google CA private key and provides the certificate to youtube.com. Now in internet, anyone who has the access to the Google CA public key can verify and sign it. Say in case of browser, the browser first connects the Google CA and check whether it is signed properly, and then it establish a connection with the public key to the youtube.com. There are some keynotes which we need to take care. So in a public key infrastructure, a public key is always used to encrypt the data, and a private key is always used to decrypt the data. Once the data is encrypted by the public key, you can neither interpret or guess the original content of the data from the ciphertext or the public key. That means when a data is encrypted using the public key, only the private key can decrypt and see the data. Not even the public key which is used to encrypt can see that. So in the public key exchange, there is an asymmetric key exchange happen with the public and private key to establish a secure connection. When a secure connection is established, it uses symmetric data exchange between the two systems.